I do.
Welcome to this episode of Moving Our World. This is my second steam train video about the local miniature railway track, Memorial Park Railway. Please go and look at the first one before you watch this video. It explains the railway in depth. This specific locomotive is a Phantom. It was built by a member who's unfortunately no longer with us, named Mike, and it is now looked after by Warren. Have a listen to this. Learn more about the Phantom locomotive, a New Zealand specific design which has made its way around the globe.
So how long has this thing been around for?
This is only about, it's had it's 4 years, 5, so it's about 7 years old.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the guy who built it passed away, he hardly used it.
Yeah, and he was local, was he?
Yeah, he was a member of the club, yeah.
Awesome,
It was the last locomotive he built.
And well, I'm glad someone who's, actually understands it and is going to use it and has got a hold of it,
Yeah, I had a lot of teething problems with it because it hadn't really been tested,
Yeah.
And there's always something to do,
Yes, absolutely.
I've got a leak down here, but I need some soft solder, but
Yeah.
I have to do it when I get home.
Yeah. Well, it's not something you get into because you want to, you get an electric one, I guess, if you didn't want to have any maintenance.
Yeah, I know, I look after electrics for the club and
So they still need a bit of work?
They need a bit of work, mate. I spent about 8 hours on one locomotive recently.
Yeah. Do you mind me kind of asking what one of these things are going to be worth? I imagine it's hard to put a value on
Price
this.
of a small car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New small car.
New small car.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you never recover your hours,
Yeah.
That's all to do with how much the materials cost.
Of course.
Because some people can build one a year and some build one in 20 years,
Yeah.
There's about 5 locos in the club being built at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
The labours of love, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most steam locomotives are privately owned because there's so much maintenance required,
Yeah.
So the big one we got here,
It's the club one,
that's
right?
the club one,
Yeah.
and but we had to get a boiler test every year as well.
Yeah.
This is every 4 years now for this one.
Yeah.
This is a copper boiler, the other one's stainless.
Yes. Someone did mention that to me. It was a bit more strict.
Well, because they haven't accepted,
Yeah.
the different type of material.
Yeah.
But Jason's building a steel boiler,
Oh yeah.
but he'll get that done professionally.
Yeah.
We don't have the skills. No, we do copper boilers,
Yes.
but we don't do steel or stainless boilers.
No. No.
Because they got to be proven, the
Yeah.
work,
They've got to test the welds, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So you get it done professionally. At least you know you've got a boiler that's up to scratch for a start,
Yeah.
So there's about 5 logos being built at the moment. There's a Garrett, which is a twin with a bridge between it.
Really?
Yeah. And there's Jason's building a South African locomotive.
Yeah.
And another guy's building one of these. And another guy's building a 4/5 size one of these. I think he's nearly got it finished actually.
Do you build these off plans or is it?
Yeah. It's a set of plans.
Yeah.
Oh, there are freelance locomotives around, and there might be a couple over there. This might be a freelance. I don't know. You'll have to ask them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It depends how fanatical you are, but I don't even know the workshop. So
No, it's hard, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I still do stuff. I maintain it.
Yeah, man. It's cool. And what's your aim here today? Just get it out, get some time.
Oh, I haven't had a run for a while, so
Yeah. How long's it been?
probably 6 months. So it's nice to get it out and not worry about pulling passengers.
That's it, eh? And despite all the signs, God, people try their luck, don't they?
Oh, we do relent sometimes, but if you want to put passenger cars on, it's nice to have a load on the locomotive too.
You can actually get a feel of how it's performing under load.
Yeah. It's nice to run around unloaded, but it's also nice to know how it works fully loaded.
How much coal would you run through in a day of operating?
Oh, I don't know.
Like a few kgs or?
10 or 15 kgs maybe.
Yeah.
Club supplies, all that stuff.
Yeah. And do you fill up with water, once every couple of?
Oh, I got probably a good 20 litre tank there, but
yeah.
Oh, we check it. Yeah, just about all the time.
Yeah.
So no, we probably fill up with water probably every 2 or 3 rounds, every second or third round.
Yeah. Better to be safe than sorry. What would happen if one of these things ran entirely out of water?
Well, you'll have an embarrassing problem, mate. You'd have a boiler which just blew apart,
Oh,
Get 100 psi in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But I don't know of any that have actually done that, you know, club locos.
Yeah.
So we're always looking at the water. We've got two sight glasses here.
Yep.
Two sight glasses here, and the water's, you can see the water bouncing up in them now at the moment.
Yep.
In fact, I'm gonna turn the injector on.
Okay.
So the injector is a steam driven pump. So we use the steam for the boiler.
Yep.
And put water in. So I'm putting water in now through the steam injector.
Yep.
So the water level should rise. You can see the water level dancing there.
Yep.
I don't know if you can see it on your video camera.
Yeah, you might be able to. Should be able to.
So we only got about 60 psi at the moment. So we're a little bit light on. I'll just close the fire doors and let the blower up. So we use the steam pressure to provide a draft. We use it to put water in the boiler.
Yeah.
We use it for vacuum brakes. So we've got a vacuum brake system here.
Yep.
So if you watch that gauge there, I'll flick it over. That's the brakes. That's the brakes off.
Oh.
So we use the brakes. We use vacuum as a fail-safe.
Yeah.
Vacuum is easier to produce than pressure.
Yes.
Because we can drag steam through a ejector and drag air through it, create a vacuum line.
Yeah.
Whereas we want to create pressure, we'd have to have a pump, because you can't create air pressure from steam pressure, because you'll have a wet.
Yeah.
You'll have wet air.
Impressive, mate. All those tiny little knobs and everything, are they like hand machined or?
No, a lot of them are stuff's bought. Like
So
this fire door's bought.
Yeah.
The guy bought it. That's pretty unique in this locomotive.
Yeah.
So most of these little fittings are bought because, you know, you spend so much time making other things, you know.
Yes.
So that it becomes a bit. So the water's up. The water's up now. You can see the water's come up.
Yep. Come right up.
So I just close the water off and steam off. So I got a electric and a manual pump here as well.
Oh, awesome.
So if I got two injectors,
Yeah.
and I got a emergency electric and an emergency hand pump.
It's really impressive, man. How long does it take you to kind of get your head around actually all the controls when you first ever?
Oh, it takes a bit of get used to what levers watch, but the main thing is to watch your water level and watch your fire. You know. Without fire, you haven't got pressure, and without water, you haven't got steam, you know?
It's not quite fuel spark air.
No, that's right. But there's a lot of machining goes into these things, and you know, it's easy to buy stuff off the shelf sometimes because, hey, you just don't have all these little things are all cast.
Yes.
Cast bodies.
Yeah.
And then they've got to be machined out, and there's a stainless steel plug in there.
Yeah. That's how much time do you really want to spend building one, I guess, eh?
Well, they build the boiler. I mean, I don't know if you're looking at $6,000 plus, I don't know, materials, copper. Coming up the pressure now, so I'm going to blow off again. Just open the door up. So we open the door up to relieve the fire.
Yeah.
So,
there we go.
Yeah, you get the wheels cast, you get a machine down, all the side rods, you know, the cylinders are all cast iron, so you get all those cast and then you got to do all the machining on them.
Yeah.
So by the time you get down to these little things here,
you've had enough almost.
Well, the thing is that they're just as cheap to buy as they would be to make.
Yeah, you'd spend more time.
Otherwise, time just gets blown out.
Yeah. Even a little bit of woodwork on the edge there as well, you know.
Yeah. It's all done on CNC, I believe.
Yeah.
But there's probably about 100 of these in New Zealand. This plan, this is a New Zealand design.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're all a little bit different.
Yeah.
They're not all the same. It's just the wheel configuration, probably in the boiler.
Yeah. And is there a name for this design?
Phantom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's designed by a guy who's in the Manukau Club.
Yeah.
And I believe some of them gone overseas as well.
That's awesome.
So they're a good, reliable little locomotive. They're large enough. You get any bigger, they get too cumbersome. You got to cart them around. You got to unload them, load them up. You know.
Yeah. How do you transport this?
I got a trailer.
Yeah.
And we got a traverser system over there.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
it's very impressive.
Yeah.
How long have you been a part of this club for?
About 17 years.
17 years. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out when the elevated part was built because I remember it when I was younger.
We'll come down here.
Yeah. See, I was born and bred here.
Here we go. 2014.
Interesting.
So The thing about it though is it was about 3 years preparation.
Yes.
Because we had to preload all the soil and build the embankments and let it settle.
Settled, yeah.
And then once that was done, then the bridge was built. So it was all done by the club members.
Yeah.
Apart from earthworks, obviously.
Yeah.
And we got funding from Tech for it.
Because I think a lot of people
we're
make
talking about $300,000 probably.
Yeah, no doubt. I think a lot of people make the mistake and assume that this is council run, you know.
That's why we've got a sign over this. It's run by volunteers. Yeah?
Yes, yeah.
People come down here and expect us to, you know, why aren't you running, you know, sort of thing. Hey, it's not enough people, you know.
Yeah.
I joined the club. I bought another locomotive.
Yeah.
I joined the club and bought another locomotive on the deceased estate in Napier. So I just turned up with it and said, "Huh."
I'm a member now.
Yeah. So that's how I got into it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was here either.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, that's the most popular railway in New Zealand. We're the only one that runs every Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's the main track sizes you got here then?
We got 5 and 7 1/4.
Okay.
And we got 3 1/2.
Is the raised one?
On the raised track, but
yeah.
People tend to go away from the smaller locomotives and want bigger ones, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the big Tamar, the steam locomotive is over there. That's 7 1/4. That's a sit-in locomotive. And there's 3 versions of this locomotive.
Yeah.
Oh, not this one. Sorry. My other locomotive's 3 versions of it.
Yeah.
There's 3 1/4, which I've got.
Yeah.
There's 7 1/4, which is the same locomotive with the wheels moved out, and then there's a 7 1/4, which would be bigger than Tamar would be.
Far out.
So around about 3 tonne probably, you know.
Yeah. So that thing, how heavy would that be then? The club one?
Probably, I don't know, 1.5 tonnes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Just for the size, eh? I was on the back of this thing before.
Yeah.
On that one up there. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
No, it's just nice. You can physically feel the power when they get into the inclines. Yeah.
Steam's pretty powerful stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So did you get a photograph of the signals and the barrier?
Yeah, I did. I'm going to go around and get them actually opening and closing soon. And
yeah. So you're sitting behind the train, you'll see the signals change as the engine goes over.
I did, yes, and it went red to orange.
Well, this one does too.
Ah, okay.
And those other ones, they start flashing when the train goes through.
Yeah.
On the second signal.
Is the barrier arms they're about 2014, same time as this?
That's it for this episode of Moving Our World. Don't forget to watch my other steam train video, the explanation of Memorial Park Railway. Also check out the other videos on my channel. I also have another channel called Small Bike Stuff. Feel free to have a look if you love small motorbikes. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Please like, comment, and /or subscribe. Absolutely anything is appreciated. I love getting feedback about these videos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Moving Our World.
Bye.